Hey, so what is an irregular? And what's the difference between a normal regular and an irregular? Well, let's start off with the regulars. A regular is a person chosen by head on, that is, in the current political system of the tower. A regular is a person chosen by head on that is in the current political system of the tower. Head on then visits the outer tower and middle area to select regulars to join the tower. And from what we've witnessed, most of these people who enter are usually in current strife or turmoil. Then Hedon then asks for what reason do you risk your life to climb the tower? Whether it be for honour or pride, power and influence, money and riches, revenge, or to transcend all such things, are usually the desires of most regulars. And whatever you desire, you will find it here. And welcome to the Tower of God. And it's easy to see with words like climb the tower and everything will be yours would make most people want to climb it. But climbing this tower isn't such an easy task. So to start off, a chosen regular, more commonly known as just a regular, is an individual chosen by Hedon and permitted by Zahard to climb the tower. And to go into more detail, in the current political system, Hedon, the guardian of the first floor, visits several parts of the tower to select those who have potential to climb the tower. Hedon then travels throughout the floors of the tower and selects people that catch his eye. And these selected people are then classed as regulars. All regulars begin at Avenkel's Hell's floor, which is the second floor of the tower, and they will all climb the tower from there. This floor is also publicly known as a place to find the talented. Its true purpose is to maintain the safety of the tower. In the past, this floor was just a simple testing ground, like any other. But due to intrusions of certain irregulars, they caused people of the tower to feel insecure. In order to maintain their power, this floor became the floor of tests, was created in place to weed out the dangerous elements, and would happen to enter the tower, and could become a real threat to the ruling class. So from what we've found out, most of the inner and outer tower people, as well as the ruling class, are afraid of irregulars due to they are a dangerous element and can oppose them. And what is an irregular? Well, let's get right into it. But firstly, let's talk about an unchosen irregular. These are members who have not been chosen, obviously. They are more commonly known as simply an irregular. This is someone who was not selected from the usual selection pattern, as mentioned earlier, which would be from within the middle and outer towers, who then climb the tower throughout Hedon's normal selection of irregulars. But irregulars enter the floor from the outside. And outside the tower there exists a vast world, rolling skies stretching endlessly, and countless stars illuminating the darkness. A place that is 1,000 times, no, 1,000,000,000 times wider and freer than the tower. The tower resembles a world unto itself. Each floor is a massive, continent-sized culture over which guardians and rankers rule. The vast majority of inhabitants are born within the tower, and the very vast majority will end their journeys there too, never knowing another world exists. The tower is a tiny place compared to the world outside. Little is known about this outside world. Even irregulars who enter the tower do not know how to escape. An irregular is one who is able to enter the tower on their own accord, for whatever means and for whatever reason. This grants irregulars certain benefits, such as the ability to use Shinto without guardian approval. Conversely, all other people in the tower did not enter the tower themselves, and are so restricted, must be allowed to use Shinto and are bound by the laws that the guardians set down, such as complete inability to eliminate King Zahard, or a guardian at that matter. In the current political system, Eden visits the outer tower and the middle areas to select regulars in this system. Irregulars are called unchosen irregulars, and regulars are called chosen regulars, or the selected chosen. It is assumed Heden's choice reflects the tower's choice, and in turn, the tower's rule. Politically, irregulars are viewed as beings who have entered the tower without being chosen by Heden. Elamid Edrock mentioned that the tower opens its gates to irregulars depending on what it needs. According to Yuri Zahard, they're probably not too welcome. She assumes Hayden doesn't like irregulars. According to Ship Lasso, irregulars have opened the doors themselves on their own will, and their acts go against the tower's laws. The God of Guardians calls them. Those who open the gates themselves and confirmed they have the power and authority to control Shinsu without the need of the Guardian's approval. Irregulars have brought great change and chaos into the tower, and all the people in the center of the tower tremble at them. And we do know the people of the center of the tower usually are previous regulars who happen to have passed up to the 20th floor, who then get to decide whether they would like to carry on up the tower or to stay here. So these types of people would understand how powerful an irregular is. If they happen to have met one in person, of course, and this would make them tremble in fear. One perk the irregulars get over the regulars is that only irregulars can receive challenges directly from the Guardians. The most important thing about an irregular is that they are free of all the contracts of the tower. Most importantly, this means that they're capable of changing the tower and could potentially eliminate Zahard if they desire to, who happens to have a contract with the Guardians that guarantees the inhabitants of the tower can never harm him. Most known irregulars have shown exceptional power from the moment they have entered the tower, but it is unknown whether this is a universal property of irregulars, whether it's something they naturally have as a result of their origin, or whatever. Such power is usually just a prerequisite for forcing your way into the tower in the first place. And officially, the term irregular refers to those who have entered the tower in defiance of the existing system. Therefore, Zahard and his companions might not be considered irregulars despite entering from the outside. However, in of the tower's weapons, Ashul Edwaru seems to group Zahard among their number, as does Yuhan Sung, indicating that there might be retroactively considered such despite, or perhaps because of, the regular system not existing in their day. In addition, the God of Guardians groups them in this category and refers them as the Zahard Kids. The known irregulars who enter the tower during Zahard's rule have displayed enormous strengths, which eventually become a symbol of fear. They have a strong relationship with Shinsu and have the authority to manipulate it on every floor from the moment they enter the tower. Unlike their regular counterparts, Irregular described Baam's display in the tower games as, it seemed as if the Shinsu attacked on its own volition. Irregulars are also assumed to naturally possess incredible Shinsu resistance, as evidenced by Baam casually walking in a white steel eel's nest, and also not being affected by Liroro's tests. And this test in particular was when Liroro used Shinsu to push every candidate back, and Baam was just clueless and accidentally pulled off a little feat. And the Irregulars are able to pull off incredible feats with Shinsu, and it is also rumoured that you could even create life with Shinsu. And according to Alamic Edrock, the tower only opens its door for things it needs, implying that Irregulars are deliberately accepted into the tower system to change its status quo in some fashion, which is a rather interesting thought. According to Hwarun, who was the red-haired girl who got blasted by Baam's Shinsu in the Crown Games, said, Rachel and Baam are beings that not even the guides can foresee. This could be another way to demonstrate the Irregulars' capacity of violating the tower's laws and bringing change. And I do hope this video was informative. insightful for people who wanted to understand the difference between regulars and irregulars. And if you would like to watch more videos like this, make sure to hit this subscribe button. And if you'd like to carry on watching similar videos to this, or possibly different series, make sure to check out the playlist here, or the videos possibly over here as well. And make sure to all have a wonderful day. Bye now.